of Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo was born in 1453 in the city of Vinci. Leonardo started his art under a master, but they broke apart and he opened his own workshop. His new workshop, he created one of his most famous paintings to date, the Mona Lisa. He also created the Last Supper, the balance of his imagination and his religion. Leonardo was truly a Renaissance man. Aside from being a famous painter, he was a scientist and inventor. Leonardo had many great achievements in his lifetime and will surely be remembered for years to come.
The life of William Shakespeare. Born on April 23, 1564. He died on April 23, 1616. He was born to parents John and Mary. He married Anne Hathaway in late 1582. It's uncertain how he got a start at the London Theatre. That part of the record is missing. But nonetheless, he got a start at the London Theatre as a playwright and actor. He wrote some of the most famous plays in the world, such as Romeo and Juliet, possibly his most famous. He is widely regarded as the greatest writer in the English language. His works revolutionized both the world of literature and theater. He created new tropes and introduced 17,000 new words, most of which we still use today, despite the evolution of the English language, showing how influential he really was. Some of the words he invented that may sound familiar are lonely, radiance, bloody, etc. Just so we're clear, he did not invent the word etc. He also created many phrases, such as wear your heart on your sleeve, cruel to be kind, love is blind, and many others. And that was the life of William Shakespeare, and why he was a Renaissance man and so influential.
Many things changed from the Middle Ages to the Renaissance. One being patrons. Patrons in art paid for things to get painted, but most of the patrons in the Middle Ages was the church. But that meant that most paintings were religious. In the Renaissance, patrons were regular people, which meant that it showed more emotion. It was either sad or happy, and it also showed perspective. Architecture in the Renaissance also changed to base off Romans and Greeks. One of the best known examples of this is the Cathedral of Florence. It took the whole entire designer's life to build, but is one of the most well-known architecture pieces of the Renaissance to date. Advancements like this show how the Renaissance is so widely known today.
Michelangelo was born March 6, 1475, and he died February 18, 1564. In his life, he was a sculptor, a painter, and an architect. He was also known as a Renaissance man because he painted, sculpted, and designed buildings. He designed the dome of St. Peter's Church, carved the statue of Moses. He attempted the challenging task of laying on his back and painting upside down, and he painted most of the Bible on the roof of the Sistine Chapel. Michelangelo was so devoted to the church that he never married anyone and followed all the rules and decisions of the church.